Hey there, welcome to Hudson's House of Play. I'm Miss Lynn and you're joining me here today for our craft tutorial. This week we are talking about under the sea, and today we spoke about mammals, marine mammals specifically, and one of our very favorites was the whale. So we're gonna do a craft of a whale today, and it's a pretty simple one. And let's see what we need for today's craft. A paper plate. This is our best friend when it comes to arts and crafts. And I also have a little googly eye. This is an optional craft piece. You don't have to have that, but I'm going to use that one for my craft today, my whale. So we only need one paper plate. And in addition to the paper plates, we always need our tools, right? Our arts and crafts tools. So our coloring materials, whether we're using markers or paint. Miss Lynn is going to use paint today, so I have my paintbrush. And then, as always, some tape or glue or your stapler and a pair of scissors. Now, that aside, let's start with our paper plate and see what we need to do here. Just one plate, and first step, fold the plate in half. So I'll do that with you. And when you fold your plate in half, make sure you really press the crease down. There we go. Just like that. Real simple. And remember what this shape was called? We have our circle, right? The plate is a circle. And when you fold it in half, you create a semicircle, right? Or a half circle. Reminds me of a rainbow. Okay, we are holding our paper plate like a smile, right? Just like this with the flat side up. Next step, we're going to fold right here in the front, and I will draw a line for you to see where Miss Lynn is folding. And it doesn't have to be exactly like Miss Lynn's. It can be a little different, and that's okay. I'm gonna draw it on both sides so that you can see where we're folding it. And there it is. See? Just a line like that. And this will be the front of our whale. So you want to fold nicely on the line and crease it really well. Make sure you really press into it and then fold it in the other direction so that you can crease it really well. All right, that was easy enough. Here we go. We've got our line and we folded it. Now what do? Now you're going to open up your plate back into a circle, and you're going to fold that crease down and close your plate in half again. So now you have a flat side to your plate, and that will be the front of our whale, the face of our whale. All right, next step. Another tricky part here is the cutting. We're going to cut the tail out, and I'll draw the line for you so that you can see exactly what we are cutting. And it's going to be shaped like a letter V. I'll show you right there. We are cutting that letter V out. I'll make it a little bit darker, that way you guys can really watch as Miss Lynn cuts it out. And this will be a part of our tail, and I'll show you how. So here we go. I'm going to get nice and close, and I'll cut right on the line as best as I can with you. Okay, I've got that part, and now I'm cutting my V going up. Boop, there we go. Ta-da! And it doesn't have to be perfect, guys. This is just a minor step here. And we're going to be coloring this whole entire paper plate in. So you won't see any leftover marks if that's what you're worried about. All right, now we're going to open it up, and you should have a diamond right there. How does that become a tail? Well, I'm going to show you. We have 2 more cuts to make, and that will become the tail. So when you open it up as a diamond like this, we are going to draw our tail out. Here it is. I drew the little tail that will be popping out, and you'll see as I cut it out how it comes to be a tail. Miss Lynn is just cutting, cutting, cutting on the line and following the line. So that's one side. And now I'm going to cut the other side. As best as you can, follow the line. I'm going to have to turn this around so that I can do it this way. I got it now. There we go. And watch this. When you fold it back over, you can pop the tail out. Just like that. Ta-da! And you just bend it back a little bit. Look at that. See the tail? Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right. Now that we have our whale's tail, let's add the eyes and the mouth, and we're also going to attach the bottom flap so that it doesn't keep opening up like this. Miss Lynn is going to use tape, but you can always use glue here if you'd like, or a stapler. Where's my tape? Here it is. So if you use tape, that is nice and quick. If you use staplers, just be careful. And if you are using glue, give it a chance to dry. So Miss Lynn is going to pinch the opening together, and I will tape the edges down. That's one. And I'll do one back here as well so that it's nice and secure. All right, perfect. Okay, this part is optional. If you want to cut a mouth out, you can. I'll just show you how Miss Lynn's going to draw a mouth, and then you can choose to cut a mouth out if you'd like. So you can simply draw your mouth just like that, and I'll give you the eyes for the visual. It'll be like that. Or you can cut a little opening for the mouth, and Miss Lynn is just going to cut right on that line, just a little bit, and I'll just cut a small little slit for the mouth. Yeah. There you go. See? All right. Now that we have our mouth ready and our tail is complete, it's time to attach the eye. And I will use, I guess I'm going to use the glue for this. This is probably best with glue. And you might even have the sticky kind that has adhesive on the back, and you can put it right on there. But Miss Lynn, whoa, I just dropped my eye. I will have to get that. I'm going to use the glue because mine is a plain squiggly eye. I don't have the sticky part on the back. And if you don't have the squiggly eye or these googly eyes, you can just draw it in. So let me just show you how simple that could be. You're going to take your black marker or whatever color you'd like to use, and you just draw a little eye there, and that's just as cute. Plus, you don't have to wait for it to dry. I had one of these lying around, so I'm going to use this one. All right, I've got glue on that little eye area, and now I'm just going to stick my googly eye right there. Now look at that. Okay, our whale is ready to be painted, or you can also use markers for this. What color is your whale going to be? Well, Miss Lynn is going to be painting her whale a color between, whoops, I think I'm going to go a little blue. Let's see what other colors I have in here. I have yellow, red. This is the one I was looking for. I'm going to make a dark blue with my whale. So you can choose whatever colors you like, but Miss Lynn's going with dark blue. And I'm going to mix the two colors together. That's going to be lots of fun. All right, put that over there. Now let's get our painting on. I have to shake up my colors a little bit to make sure that they're nice and loose. All right, I'm gonna need another plate. You can use a paper plate, or you can use anything you have, a little tray to mix the paint. I'm gonna put this paint right here, and a little goes a long way. You don't need too much here. Put that back, and a little bit of the black. All right, just tap it right on there. And let's see, what is this color going to look like when I mix it all in? Wow, it's really pretty. I'll show you as I swirl it. There's a dark bluish black there. All right. Now I am going to start painting my whale, but I'm going to leave the belly of the whale plain white. So that's down here where the ridges are. I'm just going to color in the top body. And I'll start with some simple strokes. And try to avoid the eye if you can. And another clever trick, you could paint your whale first and put the eye on afterwards. That way you don't risk getting any paint on the eye. Miss Lynn is being very careful to work right around the eye. That way I don't get any paint on my whale's eye. And like I said, I'm leaving the little belly part of my whale plain white. I like the grooves and the ridges of the plate. I think it reminds me a lot of the whale's belly and how it's textured when it has ridges, right? And I'm gonna do the fin next, so let me show you how it looks so far. Look at that. And I'm gonna do the fin and the tail. Get it all in there. Amazing. Wow, I had a lot of paint and I only needed to use 1 scoop of the brush. So far, so good. All right, what do you guys think so far? Should I do the other side? Maybe I'll do the other side when this side is dry. That way I can flip it over. But for now, I'm just gonna do the one side. I think it looks pretty good. What do you guys think? How is yours turning out? I bet it looks gorgeous. All right, almost done. Last few strokes of paint and we are good. Okay, finally, now one extra part that you can add is up to you if you want to add a little snip here so you can put a piece of tissue paper out making a spout. Miss Lynn is going to tell you that's optional. I'll show you how I do it with mine. So usually we should wait for this to dry, but I can do it while it's slightly wet because I don't have too much paint on here. Let's see what we have for our spout. Miss Lynn has pipe cleaners. I also have blue tissue paper. You can always use blue tissue paper as water as well, spouting out, or you can even use a tissue itself, just like this, see? And you're gonna be poking a hole over the top. So I'm gonna show you a few different ways to do that, and let's grab those scissors once again. Be very careful if your whale is still a little wet. So Miss Lynn is holding it right through the nose there so I don't get my hands dirty. And I'm just gonna give the spout a tiny little, not the spout, yeah, just the top of the whale, a tiny little snip, and I'll show you how I pull it out. Boop, there it is. And now I have a little hole here. All right, what should I add? Let's see, well, if we're using tissue, I don't think you need a big piece like this, but I'll just twist it up and I'll stick it in so that you can see what that looks like. Whoa, look at that. It's a spraying whale. That's pretty cute. You can also, like I said, you can also use tissue paper, colored tissue paper. They're both very similar. Miss Lynn is going to use the pipe cleaner because I love pipe cleaners. I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to cut this pipe cleaner in half because it's a little long. I'm going to take these 2 pipe cleaners and I'm going to hold them together and I'm going to bend them and twist them together. Just so they're attached, just like that. Ta-da! I just have a couple of pipe cleaners kind of sticking out. You can twirl them and swirl them if you really want to, or you can just keep them straight. It's up to you. You are the artist. And now, time to insert our pipe cleaners right into the spout. Whoa, look at this guy. He is so cute. Look at our whale. Boy, that was a really fun one to make and so easy, right? You just needed a paper plate, really. And if you wanted to add the eye or the spout, you could have used anything from a coloring tool to a googly eye. And for the spout, we could have used tissue paper, toilet paper, regular pipe cleaners, whatever you have in the house. Now, this guy needs to dry before I start painting the other side. I'm going to give it a little time to dry, and I hope you enjoyed our craft today. Until tomorrow, I'll see you then. Goodbye to all my friends. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye to all my friends. I'll see you again. From your place to my place, from your room to the classroom. Goodbye to all my friends. I'll see you again.